Greek Orthodox priest asks mask less faithful to leave during Christmas church service.
Here's a summary of the article.
A Greek Orthodox priest in Kalamata from the Church of Agios Nikolaos in Florio, interrupted Christmas Day Divine Liturgy and asked those not wearing masks to leave the church. It is reminded that there are measures for how churches in Greece operate during the holiday season. Churches will remain open for the faithful both for worship and private prayer, as well as for attendance on Christmas Day, New Year and Epiphany on January 6. Measures to avoid overcrowding: 1 person per 15 square meters, with a minimum distance of 2 meters between them and with the obligatory use of a mask. Services will be allowed with the presence of up to 25 people allowed in churches and up to 50 people in metropolitan cathedrals. Although the incident was not captured on camera, you can hear some of the faithful arguing their point back to the priest, to whom he continued to argue his point. The priest then said, "We will not start a dialogue. Those who do not wear a mask should leave. Respect your fellow human beings and the law."
This post received a score of 15,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I don't get how churches are any different than any other building. You can't use religion as a justification for not wearing masks. Of course that won't stop adult children from throwing a fit.
If you're Christian or Jewish, possibly other religions, I just don't know enough to say, you should be using your religion as justification for wearing masks. The Old Testament is full of handwashing and quarantining rules. If they had information about how germs spread back then, I guarantee it would say to wear a mask when sick. Plus you're supposed to trust in God, but not test Him. Not wearing a mask is testing God's protection for you. Edit, per a comment below, I'm adding Islam to this list.
Yup. Science is to be used by the religious as well. Those that reject it are just deceiving themselves.
The Catholic Church is responsible for a myriad of Enlightenment-era scientific discoveries, as were Muslim nations. Religion does not mean disregarding empirical evidence at all, quite the opposite. Religion is to be used as a lens for interpreting the things we see around us, not to blind ourselves from what's sitting right in front of our faces.
All it took was one Muslim cleric in 1100 to proclaim, "Numbers are tools of the devil," to suppress all progress for 900 years in Muslim countries.
Meanwhile, the priest at my church finally live-streamed, only to scold everyone for not coming to church in person expressionless.
Much harder to get offerings if you aren't there to be shamed by the bowl lol.
I was very surprised when I learned that my church has had more offerings this year than the past several, and we've been virtual for a good portion of the pandemic.
If you think about it, it works the same way as online shopping. The easier you make payment, the more likely you are to receive money. Cash donations is probably more of a hindrance.
Depending on the church congregation, a lot of people donate more in person so they can be seen putting more money into the collection plate. Don't get that pat on the back with virtual donations.
You just made me think about a reality where pastors act like Twitch streamers. Thank you Gertrude for the $5. I hope your hip replacement surgery goes well.
The priests can have their own payment platform. Padre on.
Glad he did it, would have been better if he wore one. If Tom Cruise can yell while wearing one, he can sing and talk while doing so.
My church is masks required, but the minister takes the mask off when actively speaking. During a hymn or otherwise, it stays on. Mask also only comes off when he is far away from any attendees, and comes on immediately if he needs to approach a member. Quite possible the one in this article does the same, or that the photo is dated.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.